Hi boys and girls, welcome back for Children's Church. So excited that you guys are joining us today. Once again, how we're going to be doing Children's Church now that we are back worshiping in person. We are going to be reading out of the Jesus Storybook Bible each week. So what's going to happen is if you join us for our live worship service, unfortunately we can't be together in person doing Children's Church, but what we're going to do is there's going to be bags for you in the narthex, so the back of the church. You get your own each week, and it's going to have a Jesus Storybook Bible in it. It's going to have crayons and pencils and activity pages and coloring pages. And what you're going to do is you get to read through the story each week on your own or look at the pictures, and then either before or after the worship service, watch this video to really kind of help bring the story to life. So I really hope you guys join us each week. Would love to have you guys in person, but even if you're not coming back in person yet and just worshiping with us online, this is an awesome way to stay connected. So it was awesome seeing a few of you last week. Hope to see even more this week. I miss you guys, and truly I cannot wait till I get to teach you in person again. So last week we kind of did an introduction on the Bible. The story that we did last week was the first one in the Jesus Storybook Bible, and it's the story and the song. And we talked about how in the Bible oftentimes we think it's all about heroes or all about rules, and we talked about how that's not really true, that the Bible, instead of being about rules or heroes, it is a love story. It is a story about a prince who leaves his castle, his throne, to rescue the one that he loves. Now, who did we say that prince was? Who left his throne to come and rescue us? It was Jesus. So we're going to be picking up this week, and we're going to be doing, actually, if you had an adult Bible, this would be the first story that would be in an adult Bible. It's how the Bible starts. It's in Genesis 1, and it is the creation story. It talks about where we came from, how life came to be, and it's a really important story. A lot of you, most of you have probably already heard the story, but it's a wonderful reminder that we have a God that truly created every single thing around us, and we have a God that is an artist that makes things beautiful. And not only did he make things beautiful, he made his creation, the people, in his own image. So we're going to read this story. My boys and I had fun filming some stuff for it. We actually got to go to the zoo and film some of the animals. A lot of them were asleep that day. It was hot out, so you're going to see some sleeping animals, but I hope you guys enjoy the video. So our first story is the beginning, a perfect home. In the beginning, there was nothing. Nothing to hear, nothing to feel, nothing to see. Only emptiness and darkness, and nothing but nothing. But God was there, and God had a wonderful plan. I'll take this emptiness, God said, and I'll fill it up. Out of the darkness, I'm going to make light, and out of nothing, I'm going to make everything. Like a mommy bird flutters her wings over her eggs to help her babies hatch, God hovered over the deep, silent darkness. He was making life happen. God spoke, that's all, and whatever he said, it happened. God said, "Hello, light," and light shone into the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, sea, hello, sky," and a great space opened up, wide and deep and high. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, land," and there, splashing up through the oceans, came cliffs, mountains, sandy beaches. "You're good," God said, and they were. "Hello, trees," God said. "Hello, grass and flowers," and everything everywhere burst into life. He made buds bud, shoots shoot, flowers flower. "You're good," God said, and they were. "Hello, stars," God said. "Hello, sun, hello, moon." And whizzing into the darkness came fiery globes, spinning around and around, whirling orange and purple and golden planets. "You're good," God said, and they were. "Hello, birds," God said. With a fluttering and flapping and chirping and singing, birds filled the skies. "Hello, fish," God said, and with a darting and dashing and wriggling and splashing, fish filled the seas. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, animals," and everyone came out to play. The earth was filled with noisy noises, growling and gobbling and snapping and snorting and happy skerfuffling. "You're good," God said, and they were. God saw all that he had made, and he loved them. And they were lovely because he loved them. But God saved the best for last. From the beginning, God had a shining dream in his heart. He would make people to share his forever happiness. They would be his children, and the world would be their perfect home. So God breathed life into Adam and Eve. When they opened their eyes, the first thing they ever saw was God's face. And when God saw them, he was like a new dad. "You look like me," he said. "You're the most beautiful thing I've ever made." God loved them with all his heart, and they were lovely because he loved them. And Adam and Eve joined in the song of the stars and the streams and the winds and the trees, the wonderful song of love to the one who made them. Their hearts were filled with happiness, and nothing ever made them sad or lonely or sick or afraid. God looked at everything he had made. "Perfect," he said, and it was. But all the stars and the mountains and the oceans and the galaxies and everything were nothing compared to how much God loved his children. He would move heaven and earth to be near them, always, whatever happened, whatever it cost him. He would always love them. And so that began the wonderful love story. So how amazing is that? That God breathed life into us. Think about that. God's very breath was breathed into our lungs. That's what brought us to life. It didn't talk about it in here, but Adam was actually formed out of the dust of the ground, and Eve was formed out of a rib that came out of Adam. But there wasn't life in them until God breathed his breath into them. God has breathed his breath into us as well. That same breath is what's in our lungs. And we are still, to this day, created in God's image. There's certain parts of every single person on earth that are from God. The way that we are artistic, like God is an artist, that's from God. The way that we love, that's from God. That's part of God's character. The way that we can care for people, that's part of God's character as well. The way that our heart can break when we see people in pain, that's also a part of God. All of those perfect parts of us are from God's character. God made us in his image. He wanted us to be a reflection of him. Now that reflection got really distorted. It got pretty messed up in some big ways. And we're going to talk about next week how that happened. Why a lot of our lives, a lot of our world no longer looks like God, no longer is that perfect reflection of God. Even though we see pieces of it, there's so much that has changed. And we're going to talk about why that changed and how God, what his plan was to fix that. So I hope you join us next week. I want you this week, though, as you are walking around, as you're going about your day, look at God's creation. Look at what he has made. See if you can see the image of God in the world around you. See what the Heavenly Father, what your Father has created, and enjoy it. Spend some time in God's creation. And as you're in God's creation, spend time in his word too. Get to know him better. Get to know your Father who loves you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this today. I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you again soon. Have a great day and God bless.